Hopefully I don't have anything in my teeth. Oh, I do. Okay, all good. Hey there, Ted here, BigGoofyRunner. For the week ending July 4th, 2021, just another one of my weekly vlogs talking about my weight loss, my running, getting back in shape, all those kind of things. This week's been good. 227 and a half. So just a half pound shy of 40 pounds down now. It's only down a pound from last week's low. But it's movement. I'm not at that plateau, just above 230 I was, so it looks good on a chart and it feels good to be coming down, so that is awesome. Running, not the greatest. I did, after the last video, I did have to do a 9-miler. I did do that one. I can't remember if I did the run before the video or after, but I did do the 9-miler that I needed to do. I've done my runs through the week. I did shift things, and so I guess I did miss one run. So another piece was on Monday, my wife and I, Heather, got our second vaccine dose for COVID-19. So we had AstraZeneca for the first one and Moderna for the second. And then this week, kids also got their second doses. So on July 1st, Canada Day, Kaya got her second dose and Tay got his second dose on Friday the 2nd. So it's awesome. Everyone's got their second doses now. Kaya felt a little bad the next day. Tay felt kind of crappy yesterday. He hasn't surfaced yet this morning, so a little early here yet, so he's still probably sleeping, but that's good. But what that was the day after I had my shot, I was out of it, and the run just didn't happen that day. So I shifted, and then there was some stuff going on Friday that I didn't get one of the shifted runs done. So I missed a 3-mile. So far, I've got to do a 6 yet today because it's a lighter week in the plan. So a little bit behind on the running, but I'm coming to a weird realization on the running is that at 227 and a half, I've done almost all my ultras at a heavier weight than this. My personal record of 1 hour and 46 for a half marathon was only 5 pounds lighter. I really struggle to get anywhere near a 2-hour half right now, let alone 1 hour and 46. So while I'm getting the weight down, the running definitely is not there. I'm just not that runner that I was in 2014, 2015, unfortunately. But I'm training to try and get better at that, and there is definitely work that can be done there. And I'm in the just started 3 weeks into a 18-week training program. Not training for any particular races, but again, I'm just trying to rebuild my running now as I try and get the weight down even further so I can get kind of nice and balanced. Now, the nice thing is runDisney did announce the return of in-person races, and it would have been kind of cool to get, do the 2021, get all trained back in shape, and then do do Goofy or do Dopey Challenge in January 2022. But I don't think that's going to happen. But that's a whole other video. I'm going to do a video on the runDisney announcements, what the kind of stuff means, and what kind of changes there were, and how that impacts my decision on whether or not to go forward with the next runDisney race that I might have been able to do or might have been thinking about doing. So anyway, that'll come, and I'll put that probably up on the BigGoofyRunner and Family channel instead of here, just so it gets a little bit more visibility. People will see it a bit more because that's the bigger channel. But yeah, that's good, and it's super positive this week with the weight continuing to come down, getting the second dose of the vaccine. So feeling good and hopeful about that. Definitely looking forward to potential trip in December to Disney World that we've got our DVC points booked for a room at Boardwalk. So the hope is that we get to pull the trigger and do that trip. But so far it's looking pretty good. That we've all got vaccinated, so pretty hopeful about all that. But yeah, over the next week, I'm on vacation this coming week, so I'm hoping I can get some good long runs in, just to try and break the mental barrier. I am still, the idea of the long run still freaks me out a bit. and I don't know why. Like, as I've said, like, I've done ultras, 50-mile range, heavier than what I am right now, but just the thought of doing a long run freaks me out, wigs me out a little bit, which is weird because my long run this week is only 6 miles. I did 5 miles last night. Why is 6 miles freaking me out? But it is. It's just the term, the long run. I haven't been good at a long run in forever. So that's something I've got to break, and I've got to start basically building the confidence so I can break the mental barrier on that. Because that's all it is a mental barrier. I can go longer than I am, go further than I am. I just need to get through to this thing and reminded that it's possible. Because the body's willing. It's just the brain that I'm having troubles with right now. So I got to work with that. What else is going on? I'm in the middle of rearranging my office, my home office here. So this is a play space for me. It's where I do my YouTube videos. I record, edit here. I do video gaming here sometimes. I do streaming here sometimes. It's where all that stuff happens. This is my space in the house. But it's also been partially taken over by my work from home stuff since March 2020. So that's, yeah, it's quite a long time. But where I had everything kind of set up, you can see over the shoulder here, a monitor there. That's part of my work setup, and I'm getting that all rearranged over there. So where that stuff all was is where the sit-down videos I've done before with the TV behind me. That TV was there, where that monitor is on that side. And I'm taking over that with my work stuff. I'm getting a sit-stand thing. No, because I know I'm probably going another 6 months probably from home, at least another 3 or 4. So I'm trying to make the space a little bit more usable again. It was quite functional how I gotten it just even in the last couple months, but I like to keep trying new things, and that's part of what I do is try and find efficiencies. But one of the things I was noticing is that as I would come down into the basement here, and it didn't matter if I was coming down to go on the treadmill or go into the mechanical room to do laundry or come to see my son or get something out of the freezer or come into the computer room to do my personal stuff, where I had the work monitors and things like that is I'd always see them whenever I came down the stairs. So I always got the work reminder. It was always fully visible whenever I came into the basement. So by moving it over here, the door into the room is over here. So I don't actually see them from anywhere except for in this room. When I get in this room, it's not going to take up any more space, not going to take any less space than what it was where it was here, but it's not visible all the time. And it's going to give it a nice confined space, and it should be good. So probably a video on the full BigGoofyRunner and Family channel as well for that once I'm all done. But I've got the little set stand attachment for the desk coming. I'll get that set up. I've got to get some legs for this shelf behind me to build it a bit more like a desk. And I'll get it all kind of cleaned up and knickknacks behind me and make it a better YouTube shooting thing right now. It's a little bit of a disaster behind me, and I've got to figure out some better framing and lighting and stuff like that. But hopefully this is good for this video. And yeah, so that's one of the things I'm working on this week while I'm on vacation. I'm also going to spend a bunch of time in the pool. I'm really enjoying doing the resistance exercises in the pool. So I've got these dumbbell type things that they've got kind of a shape so that they kind of help increase the resistance as you move them. So as you can do bicep curls and all this kind of stuff. And it's nice because if you do a bicep curl and you move it back down to reset, you're also working your triceps in one motion, and you're doing both at the same time. So that's a very, very useful and efficient way of exercising. Not going to get quite as strong, I don't think, as actually doing dumbbells or whatever, but it's kind of nice on the joints because definitely my shoulder was kind of, and my right shoulder was hurting. So it's kind of funny because in my left shoulder is where I got my second vaccine shot, and it ached after it was done, but my right arm hurt worse from doing some dumbbell stuff and actually kind of pulling something in there. So it's so I couldn't really complain much about the shot for that. The brain fog and the exhaustion is another thing, but that I can complain about. But it meant something was working and it was all good, and yeah, it was Basically, my symptoms are not bad. I don't think I even ended up with much of a fever, probably a little bit. Heather was down for a day, but anyway, that's that's something completely different. But anyway, it's been a good week. This week is going to be good. A lot of work. The temperature, we're in the middle of the heat dome that's been going on for the last week or so. Super hot outside, like 35 degrees Celsius, which Fahrenheit, what's that? Well over 100 Fahrenheit, which pretty darn hot here in Manitoba. And it's been like that for like a week. To the point where, like, even getting in our pool in the afternoon, you really didn't want to do it because the UV index is so high, and we had no shade in the middle of the afternoon on that pool. So it was, yeah, I've got the backyard misters going. So what I did is I've rigged some irrigation misters on some ropes over the pool, and I turn those on. It doesn't use much water, just kind of, but it gives a light mist in the air, and with a very slight breeze, the air feels breathable. So it's very awesome. I've got a video on the family channel. It's one of the first videos I actually put on the family channel, BigGoofyRunner and Family. I'll put a link to it in the down below, but it makes it breathable back there. But you want to be careful in the afternoon, right? Because the high UV index, and you want to burn, and it's so hot, and so yeah, it's a little rough out there sometimes. But temperature, the whole point of that is the temperature is supposed to change and break, and so this next week, it's nice and warm and really nice, but I can be outside doing more things. I'll get out and do some more exercising outside, more running outside, things like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the week for that. A little bit more organization and cleanup in here, and then yeah, should be good. Looking forward to this next week, and yeah, hopefully next video we'll have this all nice and rearranged and reorganized, looking prettier and a little more organized. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.